And hello, everybody. We are even on time tonight. This is. Oh, hold on. I gotta get rid of a bot.
What?
Bye
But
bye.
I want to become famous. Let's become famous.
Gotta get really good at this game, y'all.
It's overrated. You don't want that.
Yes, this is Nerds with Dice. We are playing American Summer tonight. This is ReMemorex is the game. It's a little indie game. I'm a big fan of it. But this is my first time actually getting to finally run it, and I'm excited. Real quick, and I'll make sure it's in the chat again for just in case there's anybody new that came in since. There's a Discord link in the chat. Of course, if you scroll down below the video window, there are some fancy little panels. Those are clickable now. All of them but the schedule. I got that all worked out, and Music 1 takes you to a little playlist with the themes for both this song and for the riff song, or the riffs game. And so Twitter, Discord links are down there as well. Alright, we are going to do a fun little cold open. So just so everybody knows, we are starting in the future, and then we'll be jumping back. I don't want, if you're having trouble figuring out where we are in the timeline, just ask in the chat and I'll help you out. Alright, so come in to a empty parking lot behind the school, and I gotta remember the school's name. I wrote it down. Clayton Abernathy High. They're in the empty parking lot. It's night, so sky's dark. You don't really see any stars because of the glow of Clearfield. It doesn't really matter right now why you're there. We will work our way back to it. But you are all in this parking lot. If you have cars, your cars are there. There's like one car missing a tire that's all jacked up in one corner. And that is it. You're just in an empty parking lot. And then this girl wearing like a white hospital gown comes. She's limping across the parking lot towards you, and she starts yelling for you to help her. Help me, please help me. She gets to you group, and she kind of falls down, and she just keeps saying help me. She doesn't seem to be wounded, but she seems exhausted. She's not hurt. Now, starting with Sahoni. Sahoni, who are you playing tonight? And
I am. Oh, go.
And what do
sorry.
you look like?
Okay. I'm playing Jet Caffrey. And Jet Caffrey is he's a bit eccentric. I like to think that he had I like to think that he's very much got a battle jacket on, though. Like, he doesn't wear his eccentricities necessarily on the sleeve, but he's definitely someone that some people's parents would be like, you shouldn't hang out with him. I think he's definitely on the poorer side of things. He's wearing a lot of very sturdy work clothes. They might be hand-me-downs. A lot of flannel, a lot of denim. And he's native, and he is currently looking very concerned for this person. All right.
Alrighty. And I forgot I muted myself again. And Halfling.
Tonight I am playing Ashley. She is a pretty blonde cheerleader, all-American. She's got tonight's probably not a game night, so she's probably wearing like a waist-high denim skirt with some punky graphic tee, but like with flat, like cutesy. Yeah, she's blonde, has a really long ponytail. And I think as this girl approached and like started to collapse, she probably would have went to like catch her, as her instincts would be to catch anybody falling.
Okay. And Krilly? I'm sorry, I'm not remembering how you told me to pronounce that.
That's okay. Pretend there's an A in there, Kirili, but it literally does not
Okay,
matter.
I'll remember
I
next
don't mind
time.
at all.
Yeah, you next.
Yeah, I'm a bit distracted by the fact that I can't work out how to turn off captioning on my thing.
Oh.
Is it your captioning?
Yeah, it's me. There should be
Oh,
a
okay.
little button on the side if you
Awesome.
need it off. Otherwise,
don't
you
need
can
it
move
off.
it around
This
on
whole-
the screen.
This whole time I thought it was just me. That's
Oh, yeah.
and
No,
that it,
no.
it was like a layover from another game, and I was like, ugh. Okay. I think I'm oh, my character. Okay, so I am pretty buff. I'm like in workout clothes. Were we describing ourselves still as teenagers?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So my character's name is Marley. She's an Australian exchange student. She's a boxer, and she's sort of just in her gym outfit, and will probably be as she sees like the others like rushing to help this person, is probably turning around and taking in, like, seeing if she can see what happened, or like she's trying to sort of take in the surroundings, recognizing that other people are looking after this poor woman.
And Ian.
So I'm playing James Anderson. He's a British student living in the US. He's tall, thin, probably going through that awkward, slightly gangly stage. He wears glasses. His clothes are of good quality, but not massively fashionable. He's probably wearing jeans and a t-shirt with his favourite band's logo on it, and a jacket. When he sees this girl, his first response is not so much to go and help her, but more to see where she came from.
Okay. Yeah. And now we're gonna go back 3 weeks to a Monday morning. It is a school day. What is a school morning like for Ashley?
Ashley has to wake up much earlier than usual, what she's used to, because she has Marley, the foreign exchange student, living in her house this year, and she just loves getting up even earlier than usual to share their bathroom so she can get it done and over with first. So she's probably up at like 6 in the morning, and then she'll probably end up making herself breakfast before she leaves quick for the day to take care of an extracurricular before school starts.
And what does it look like for Marley?
So I would say Ashley and I think we decided that we're Ashley's family is my host family, and so we're in adjoining rooms that share a bathroom, and so I'm in what was the guest bedroom, and in my head, Ashley, you could disagree. In my head, Ashley's you know, when you have like a guest or in a house that sometimes has a guest bedroom, somebody's like wardrobe will have extended into the wardrobe of that extra room.
Yes.
And so I would say like I've got like there's still some of your clothes, and I've got just like the stuff I brought.
One door of the closet.
Yeah. And no matter how early you get up, we're like still vying for the bathroom, because I would probably have my exchange is like a sports based one with so I've got like boxing training in the morning, so I've got to get down to the gym. And so yeah, we're vying for this, who's going to get in the shower in time. There's a bit of a power struggle happening. And then yeah, but it doesn't take me very long to get ready, so I'm sort of in and out. I'll have I'm pretty much just brushing my teeth and stuff, and I have a shower after training at the gym.
All right, and now, Ashley, I believe you're the one who knows what your parents are like, yes?
Yes. So, my family and Marley's host family, the wife's name is Barbara, and her husband's name is Stanley. Barbara lives at home and takes care of the house, and Stanley's a lawyer. She does have an older sister, Susan, who's 22 and with the Peace Corps, but is actually a groupie for AC/DC right now, which would be really cool. But yeah, her family thinks she's in the Peace Corps.
Awesome. And so what's the house like then? Is it a big house?
I think it would be a big house, right, Marley? I would
I
think
was
so.
feeling it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
a lawyer's house. It's huge, right?
Okay.
Yeah, definitely like a pretty in pink big house.
Yeah. White post like columns in the front yard. It has like a driveway where you can like go all the way through it and still get to the street without turning around. It's fancy.
Yeah, I think when Marley first got there, she was like, these must be like so rich. These people are like top rich, but they're just kind of like upper middle class. But like, I'm like, everything is so big. Why is that a chandelier? Why is that? This is a suburb, right? Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, and then we'll follow the camera, and it'll go out onto the porch first, and there's the newspaper, announcing that the big town mall will be opening soon, and there's like a little side thing where says 2 teenagers from Gossipville still missing. But then we'll follow out, and you have people riding their bikes on their way into work. You have all the little morning activities, specifically the ones you see in the movies. Everybody's always, calmly riding their bikes nicely and all of that. And we get to Jet's house.
Mm-hmm.
What's things like for Jet in the morning?
Jet tries to be really quiet in the morning because his mom works late. And she works night shifts, and he's trying to keep quiet. So he's creeping through. His brother's probably out and of the door and gone to work already. And he is just kind of being quiet and like grabbing toast and his notebook and his jacket and his backpack and exits the door, and then he goes back and he forgot the books for the book bag, and he puts those back in, and then he exits the door again, and he's gonna be riding his a bike to school, like a bicycle, but every now and then he'll you can kind of hear him talking to himself and be like, no, that wouldn't work. Zombies, they die. You gotta cut off their head and then like stuff their mouth full of salt. It's not the right monster for this. And then he'll pull over and he'll open his notebook, and then he'll take a couple of notes and then close it back up and then keep going. And then this process will repeat a few times until he really gets into the flow of actually moving forward.
Okay. And then the camera pans through some more streets to James's house. What's things like in the morning for James?
So when James first came to the US, he was blown away by how large the house was. And it's not because the house is particularly big, it's just because it's considerably bigger than his house was back in the UK. The house, though, he's not very fond of it because it feels very empty. His parents get up and leave for work very early, about 6 a.m. They're scientists, they work at the Lockheed plant. That's the whole reason they're over here in the US. So James wakes up about 7, rattles around this enormous house on his own, makes some probably very unhealthy breakfast that he'll regret in years to come. He's besotted by the fact that American cereal is so incredibly high calorie and loaded down with sugar, and he just gorges it at any given opportunity because he's 16 and he can do that, and he's not thinking what's going to happen in 10 years' time. He'll probably also pick the paper up off the porch, and his father never picks that up, and he'll take a browse through it. And as he's getting ready for school and putting his books in his bag, in his bedroom there's this fairly humongous table on which is laid out a map of Europe circa 1939 with a whole load of little cardboard counters over it, and he's probably spent a lot of time sort of studiously looking over it. And it's quite apparent that this is a big complicated war game that James is probably playing on his own because he has no one else to play it with. And then when he realizes that the struggles against the Third Reich have to wait, he puts his books in his back and rushes outside, hops on his bike and pedals on his way to school.
And how did Ashley and Marley get to school? Does Ashley have a car?
Ashley have a car? Probably. Like some sort of like cute like Volkswagen Bug convertible. It's
Okay.
like bright pink. It's obnoxious, but it's awesome.
Perfect.
I think as somebody like in the program, in my like athletics boxing program, like comes to pick me up, so I have this host family, but they're not like, they don't have to worry about like my comings and goings. They just have to like feed me and make sure I'm not getting up to any trouble. But there's yeah, so I like, yeah, so we don't have to like spend too much time together or share a car or anything. We maybe don't even say anything to each other like the whole morning. I just like watch you drive out and quietly judge your choice of car, and then I get picked up in like a carpool with whoever else is in this this sort of athletics, like this boxing program. Still going to the school, still going to the gym at the school, but I don't know if Ashley's even thought to like be like, I could just take it.
Probably not, because she would her little secret, she's parking like 3 blocks away from the city library. I'm walking to the library and studying for a little bit before school, before getting back to her car. She like parks outside the local coffee shop or whatever to make it look like that's where she's at, because her car is obnoxious and can be seen from like space. So
Okay. Oh, so is there a specific subject that Ashley studies? Is there something she prefers over?
I think she really would like science. Very logical, technical person. I think one of her like favorite things to do would be to apply things in accordance to the scientific method. So she does a lot with science. She's also fairly good at math because it kind of goes hand in hand most of the time. English is a suit that she leisures in most times. That's like her hobby study, I would think. But yeah, she's heavy in the science.
Okay. Yeah, and of course the library has exactly what you need.
Oh, yay. Good. They always do.
And so, Ashley, you're popular. Do you have friends, or do you mostly just filter about from social group to social group, never really attaching to yourself to anybody, but you know everybody kind of?
Yeah, I think she's kind of like a shoo-in for like the popular group and the sports groups, the cliques in school, like that. But she's not really one for exploring outside of that boundary too often because she doesn't want to be seen too much as a nerd. So I think she'd probably have a close group that she sticks with most of the time. But probably wouldn't be too afraid to stand up to them when they're being rude.
Okay. And does anybody else have any friends or anything they do right when they get to school?
So James is inexplicably popular, or rather, he's popular because he's strange and foreign, and he finds that completely baffling. He has people wanting to be friends with him by virtue of the fact of what he sounds like. And so he has people that he's constantly talking to. He's very social, so he won't blow these people off. He's just slightly confused as to why people are so enamored by the way he speaks. So he'll probably, when he arrives at school, speak to a whole load of people about various pieces of small talk.
Okay. Well, what about Jet? Does Jet have anybody that Jet's a close friend with?
Jet doesn't have a lot of friends. He's always been seen as kind of a weird kid, and he's kind of given up on it, to be honest. It's not that he is like, between that and there's just kind of this assumption that he is a bad person, or he's going to be a bad person, or he's going to cause trouble, or he is trouble. And there's a lot of stuff that may have led to people thinking that in his past, but it's led to him not really having the rich social life that other people might have in high school. To be honest, he's very happy kind of sitting on a bench on the campus before school starts and just keep working on his books by himself, or whatever's in his notebook at least.
Okay. And what about Marley? Where does Marley go when Marley gets to school?
Yeah, so I imagine she gets to school, like I said, pretty early. And so she's got, like, there's a boxing coach at the school, so she's got work to do, like jump rope and these kinds of things. I don't imagine that the school has a boxing ring. I don't think that's a thing that schools had. I don't know. But I don't imagine there's a boxing ring, but there's like a thing marked out, like there's demarcation somewhere and maybe some mats to like practice, where there's also other people doing other things around the gym. So she's like, she's got like she doesn't really even need to talk to her coach right at the start. There's like certain things she has to do. There are like some laps she has to run. She has to jump rope. And then they get a couple of rounds of training in before the start of the day. And she's very, very friendly with with the other people in this program. It's like mostly guys, and she gets along really well with them. And I imagine that when she's done and she's had her shower and is ready, she even has like a small group of people who are waiting for her at the at the door to the changing room, like that she's friends with, and she kind of similar, I think, to Jet, has a bit of that odd notoriety you get when you're like a very, very minor celebrity at a school because you're an exchange student or you have a different accent, you're a bit interesting, and she really likes that, so she leans into it, and so they just like get ready and walk to the first class.
Okay. So we won't focus too much on the school day or anything. We'll get to a little bit more fun part of the day, of course, lunch. Ashley, are you sitting with a group
Oh yeah,
of some kind?
probably with the other cheerleaders.
Okay.
Probably.
I don't have names in my head for the other cheerleaders.
I imagine one of them's name is Amber.
Okay,
For whatever
that's
reason.
Perfect. I will.
For no reason other than anything arbitrary, like.
I'll just make a note. I'll remember what that is, right?
Yeah, Amber. And then you're like, who the heck is Amber?
Pull 7 middle-class white girl names out of a hat. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Lindsay.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But at some point, while you're sitting there with the other cheerleaders, one of your classmates, a young man named Douglas Sinclair, sits down. Like, he pulls a chair up and turns it backward and sits down next to him. Now, Douglas Sinclair is best known as DJ Battle Beast.
Ooh, okay.
And he sits down. So, Ashley, you going to the movies tonight? I hear they're
I don't
finally
know.
getting Friday the 13th Part 5.
That sounds kind of cool, but kind of lame too. I don't know.
I was just wondering, because, we could go together, get some popcorn.
Oh, and she like turns back to the girls and like they snicker. And then she turns around and she's just like, so you were asking me on a date?
Of course.
Oh. Okay, I need out of character. I need a description of Doug.
Hold on, let me...
Paint the picture
Look.
for me.
So...
That's which one Part 5 is. I know this one.
You hear Jet like in the 3 tables back.
So, Doug is he's an African American male. He's got the 80s style fancy tracksuits, gold chain. I'm looking at a black and white picture, but he's got the styled 80s flat top haircut.
Strong jaw.
Oh, yeah.
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 Well, I guess you could come pick me up at 7 from my house.
Alright, I can do that.
All
I can
right.
do that.
Okay.
See you then.
All right.
Yeah. Gets up and walks away as cool as he possibly could be.
We turn around and start giggling some more.
And let's see, Jet, you get into the lunchroom, and another one of your classmates. He's actually a senior, but his name's Ronan O'Connor. He used to work with you at the video store.
Okay.
For a short period. But he got himself kicked out, and he comes up to you and he's like, "Dude, I heard the video that the multiplex finally has Friday the 13th, Part 5. They're playing it tonight.
Yeah. I've been hearing some stuff about it. It was in the new issue of Fangoria.
Oh, yeah, I watched that. Or I read that. Watched that. Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've read that. It was cool stuff.
Yeah, I heard that they didn't tell the people who were filming it that it was a Friday the 13th movie.
I heard that too. Weird rumor. Why wouldn't you tell them it was a Friday the 13th movie?
I guess, like, they're... You know how people are. Like, they don't want to be in a genre film because genre's not real art.
Oh, I know. What fools. They... You know, they'll...
Yeah,
We'll figure
that's
it out.
the thing.
They'll figure
It's
it
not
out someday, right?
Yeah, maybe someday. Like, just wait until a horror movie wins an Oscar, and then they're just probably, I don't know, probably gonna shift the goalposts, and every time a good horror movie comes out, they're gonna say it's not horror, it's elevated horror or something.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of do that sometimes now with thrillers. Every time a movie comes
like,
up,
like Hitchcock was a horror movie director, but no one talks trash about him.
right? Yeah, it's just they'll get it someday. I'm sure they'll get it someday.
You know what? I keep telling people 20 years from now, everyone's gonna talk about John Carpenter. They don't understand. That's what it is.
I know they don't understand.
Okay.
Kills me every time.
Yeah. So, what about this Friday, the 13th? What about it?
Yeah, I mean, are you in? I got a whole group of guys that are ready to go. You in tonight?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah. No, I don't have anything.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm really. It'll be
We'll
cool.
meet you at the multiplex about 7. All right.
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. Yeah. By the way, thanks for inviting me. I know I don't get invited into this stuff a lot, but it'll be fun.
Yeah, it would be awesome. I remember how much you like horror movies.
Yeah.
Alright, see you tonight. And, he heads off, and I'm realizing that your two characters were kind of the easier ones to get to the movie theater.
I just love Jet. I just need you to know.
Okay.
I just love Jet. Okay, alright, I'm gonna mute myself again.
Okay, so now, let's see. Let me see if I can pull out another one of these characters and try to get you at least in the vicinity of one of you. Oh, okay. So, Marley, there is another very athletic girl in your class. Name's Talia Blackstone, and very much into basketball herself. She's not so much of a boxer, but she does sometimes, do like karate and other athletic things on the side. And so at some point during lunch, she comes over to you and just says, "Hey, I need to get my runs up to 5 miles a day.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if you were into going with a run with me tonight. I need a partner. My normal partner can't make it."
I really like running with other people. I really like, they say that I'm good because like you've got to sort of run, you've got to hit that bit where you can't sing, but you can but you can talk. So we can run and and talk to make sure we got like the heart rate just at the right. Yeah, I'd love to. I don't really have a way of getting around once I get home. So do you know Ashley? Do you know Ashley's place?
Oh yeah. I know Ashley's place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can meet you there about 6:37.
Yeah, that sounds great. And there's like a good track that's like exactly like, I hate running like one direction. You got to do like a loop. So I don't know how you would do that in the 80s if you don't have an app, but like I've paced out a 5-mile loop, and
Awesome.
it's well, actually I've got like two, because I've got a longer one, but we can do like, yeah, and we can pace each other. Yeah, it'd be great. Love it.
Awesome. I'm excited. I'm excited. Thank you. Thanks for your
yes.
help. She's running all the time, so.
Lots of running.
What are some of James's interests?
So James is in the debating society. He's also a massive history nerd. That's his favourite subject. He tries to study a bit harder at science because he knows that he's never really going to get a meaningful job studying history, and plus, with parents being scientists, kind of feels obligated to follow in their footsteps. If there is something as nerdy as a wargaming society, he'll definitely be into that.
I'm sorry, what was that?
If there's anything as nerdy as a wargaming society, he'll definitely be into that.
Okay, yeah. I got you there then. So he's smaller than most of your classmates, but he is in your class. Name's Finn Peterson. He's a smaller kid. He's got a long bowl cut hair, big glasses, wearing a shirt that says something Frodo. I can't actually read the whole thing, but it says something about Frodo on it, so. And yeah, he is like he's the kid that usually runs games for people, whether it be D&D, whatever. And so he comes up to me, or up to you. Up to you. It's been a long day. I can tell by how I'm doing this. Okay, so he comes up to you and he's so we lost a player and we need somebody tonight. Are you available?
This is very cryptic, Mr. Peterson. Are you talking about an illicit gambling den, or what are we playing?
Sorry, role-playing, D&D.
What's that?
Dungeons and Dragons?
Oh, right. Yeah, I've heard of that. What's involved? There's a lot of... My mum says there's a lot of people at church getting really worried about that.
Don't listen to them. You just... you're play wizard and you battle dragons and stuff. We roll some dice. We tell a story together.
Okay, sounds pretty cool. Who's coming?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Who's coming?
Oh, Aaron and David, and I think Michael's gonna be there.
Okay. On what time and whereabouts?
We usually meet up at about 7 at the. Do you know where the arcade is?
Oh yeah, I love the arcade. Do you know you guys get the best games over here? I had one arcade in my town back in the UK, and it had one Pac-Man machine that was continually broken, and a load of fruit machines, and there's just a load of old guys in there gambling the whole time.
Yeah. Well, have you played Pac-Man yet? I don't know arcade games suddenly. They all left my brain.
I'm pretty good at Pac-Man because again that's the only machine we had. But it's quite cool. So this Dungeons and Dragons, this is not going to get me into trouble. I'm not selling my immortal soul.
No. There's no pacts with the devil.
Some kid disappeared playing it, and there's witchcraft involved.
Yeah, I heard about that, but they did find him.
All right. Okay.
But it didn't actually have to do with Dungeons and Dragons. Something about drugs or something, college stuff. But
okay, nice T-shirt, by the way.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Okay, I double checked just to make sure, but Mazes and Monsters came out in 1982, so you're safe.
Time appropriate.
Sadly, some of us lived through that nonsense. Okay, so 7 o'clock near the arcade. Bring my holy water, yeah?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
All right, cool. Okay, do you want me to bring anything? Any snacks or?
No, you should be good.
Okay, brilliant. Well, this better be a game. This better not be the three of you waiting to induct me into a coven or something.
Yeah, no, none of that. I mean, we're playing in a public place. There'll be other people around if you're nervous.
All right, no, excellent. No, I'm not that nervous about you, obviously, but you never can tell. Anyway, you have a good lunch, Frodo. Have fun.
Yeah, you too. I'll see you tonight.
We said when we were talking about characters at the beginning, both Jet and James know each other.
Yes.
If I see Jet across the lunchroom, I'll probably go and sit next to him because Jet is my source of latest news on pop culture. So I'll probably go and sit next to him.
Sure. I think he's gonna probably talk about be very excited and be talking about Friday the 13th Part 5. And he's like, yeah, I've heard the reviews aren't that good, but it's one bad movie and I've been through a lot worse ones.
They made 5 of them?
I have a feeling that they're just gonna keep going until they stop paying for them.
Is Friday the 13th the guy with the mask or the guy with the claw hand thing?
It's the guy with the mask. It's Jason. Well, the first one wasn't Jason. That was his mom. And then then it wasn't Jason, but then it was. It's complicated.
So who's the guy in Halloween? That's not Jason, is it?
No, that's Mike Myers. That's John Carpenter.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't he kill? I thought they killed Jason.
Yeah, well, I mean, he keeps coming back because apparently it's okay. I think it's supposed to be like one of those summer camp ghost story things that where it doesn't really die. Summer camp's a very American thing, isn't it?
Yeah, we don't have summer camps. Have you ever been?
I mean, I don't either. I don't have money, but
we don't have summer in the UK. We have a couple of days where it's sunny. The rest of the time it just rains.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the 2 days has to be nice, right?
Well, if you like humidity.
On Ashley's way out, she'll slip Jet a little note.
Uh-huh.
And if he opens it, it'll say, think of Jason and those movies more like a pagan religion. And it makes a bit more sense. And she just walks away.
Hey, no, that does make sense. Wait, who sent me? She's gone. Okay. just is like, okay, well, no, that's a good framework because then it's like an idea, like kind of like a white stag. You know what I mean?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
I think you're overthinking this.
Well, okay, so when colonizers came over here, they have you ever heard of Roanoke? Bunch of bullshit.
Trying to make me feel guilty.
No, I mean you weren't over there. I think like a lot of people still benefit from it, but it's not you personally.
I pat you in the shoulder. I'm messing with you. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. So, Roanoke, which is a bunch of bullshit, because if you actually listen to any of the like nations down there, they pretty much directly say that they just moved to a local nation and integrated into that. It's a bunch of bullshit. But point is, one of the stories says that like Virginia Dare turned into a white deer herself, and you can hunt her, and she's just a sad crying deer now. It's a whole thing.
I literally got about 20% of that. Look, I'm going to finish my lunch, but just keep talking because this is fascinating.
You know, it's fine. There's just a lot of because like the Outer Banks themselves are have a big port culture, so a lot of people brought in stuff. I heard a version of Baba Yaga where you know, like the Russian old lady with the house on the chicken feet. You know her?
Yeah. Okay.
So there's a version of her that lives in the Outer Banks on like all the little sandbars and islands, and her island will disappear and reappear with the rising tides and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing that's like Russian sailors bringing that over there. Maybe it's the same thing.
You know, if you want a truly nasty myth, we've got one in Scotland called the Kelpie. Do you know what the Kelpie is?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know of it in theory, but I want to hear your words.
Well, you love horror, and you love horror material. You're always looking for new material.
Of course.
How about this? So imagine a horse in a field. It's a beautiful, lovely-looking horse, very enticing.
Horses aren't to be trusted.
Well, this one definitely is not to be trusted, but it looks like it should be trusted. And a child capers past, and it sees the horse and thinks, "Oh, it's a child-sized horse. I can ride on that." So the child gets on the horse, and the horse is very amiable. And then the horse rides to a stream, it drowns the child, and it eats the child.
Spooky.
See, everyone thinks Scotland's all kilts and bagpipes and romance. It's not. It's full of horrible myths.
Bad.
I think I'm going to take a cue and use the tracking error here.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But I'm not familiar with the system, so please help me, Monsieur DM.
Okay. Yeah, I can help with that. So, with the tracking
so we don't get
error,
too far in the mythos.
Alright, yeah. So tracking error is basically somebody who's not in a scene, like currently, a player not in the scene anyways, can ask for a tracking error and have something happen. So in this case, probably be something like a jump cut to something, or a special guest star, because there's not really anything to jam them up on right now, or not really a way to lend a helping hand right here because they're just talking. But it's a good moment to, you know, if you want to add a special guest star or jump cut to something. Basically, the camera zooms in on a detail we haven't noticed while they're talking.
I think that it would be just a jump cut, and it would still be them talking in the background, but you would see Ashley like on the opposite wall near maybe like the door where they're sitting, and she's just kind of like vaguely listening and like writing down little notes about different mythos that they come up with.
I think at this point, Jet is very much going to be like, okay, I'm getting off track. I'm sorry. Just like Mom says. Okay. I think this is just like a continuation of a bunch of morality stuff, because like in the 60s in the US, car culture became a big thing. Like everyone had a car, and then that meant like teens could go anywhere, so they didn't want teens to be doing teen stuff, like hand holding and extreme hand holding. And I think it's like a morality tale, because like Hookman started coming out from back then. It's just a continuation of that, right?
To be honest, I've only seen the first one, and that was some crazy old lady.
Yeah, that's fair.
So what's it with the stag? Oh, did I miss that? The
What was
stag?
that?
You said something about a stag. Jason's a stag.
Oh, no, it's not a stag. I was saying it's like he's an idea. He's a thing that comes back because people build up concepts or ideas around him.
Jet, this is why I love having lunch with you. You can take something like Friday the 13th, Part 5, and actually make it sound interesting.
Thank you.
And at this point, you see Dinkelman. He goes by Dinkelman, but his full name is Louis Dinkelman. He's kind of the class prankster. But he comes bursting through the lunch door. And then you hear the principal yelling, "Dinkelman, get back here!" as he runs across the cafeteria. And then we are going to fast forward to tonight's activities.
Okay.
We're going to start with James. James, how do you get to the arcade? Do you take your bike?
How far is it from his house? Because he'd probably walk rather than take a bike.
It's probably not super far, but it is in downtown Clearfield.
Mm-hmm.
Conveniently, it's right next to the multiplex.
Wow. Okay, he'll probably just walk rather than take his bike there because he's conscious he doesn't want to ride his bike at night. And yeah, he'll just saunter down there, intrigued by what this Dungeons and Dragons thing could be. And he's gonna arrive, and he'll turn up on time because he's nothing really keeping him at home, and he'll maybe even be a little bit early, but
Okay.
he'll look around and see if Mr. Peterson is here.
Yeah, you can see him. He's at a table with the three other boys. I believe I said their names were Aaron, David, and Michael. They're pretty unremarkable kids. They have like oh, you know what? One of them is drinking New Coke, and the others are razzing him for it. And then, but they have stuff kind of set up already. They don't really have any action figures or anything, but they have their dice, and Peterson has a big binder of, like, printed out whatever for the game set on the table. There's a few other people, a few other kids and such. There's a bored-looking teenager working the counter of the arcade, and everybody's just, you hear the background noise of the arcade.
Well, James will go over and sort of drum on the table, say, "Evening, cultists, how are we?"
Good. Cultist is a new one.
I'm going to look at the binder. Are those the rules?
Yeah, don't worry about this. Most of it's for me.
Okay.
I made you a character sheet. You just need to put your name on it. Figured since you're new, it'd be easier if I start you out with a pre-made character.
Excellent. I take a look at it and get confused by masses of numbers and meaningless abbreviations.
Yeah.
So this is going to be explained to me, I take it.
Yeah. I'll explain that. And he starts going explaining the rules and.
Well, James takes an interest because he genuinely does like games, and he's heard about this, and the very fact that it's been spoken about as being something that's terrible for your soul is probably gives it a bit of an appeal.
Okay. Yeah, and so you're getting the rules explained to you and stuff, and we'll cut to Ashley, you and DJ Battle Beast are getting to the theater, and so is Jet about the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Getting your tickets and popcorn, whatever you need, getting settled in. Movie's not playing yet, so you got a little moment to chat with your friends if you want.
Yeah, I think Jet's going to try talking to Rowan, and stuff, and probably kind of be like, yeah, thanks again for inviting me. I liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't watched the movie yet, but I may like it.
Of course. Yeah. Have you met Alex yet?
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
this is Alex. He's just he actually goes to school at Gossipville, but he's his friend from before I got expelled from that school, and unfortunately, it looks like Philip's not gonna make it. His mom caught him sneaking out, so it's just gonna be the three of us.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. So what all do you know about the movie going in, or have you watched the other ones?
Oh yeah, I've watched all of them. You know, matter of fact, I skipped out and did a last half of the day and did a little marathon.
I can never work up the courage to skip, honestly.
It's not actually what it's cracked up to be. I don't know, don't like actually sitting in class, so I just leave. But
Yeah, that
you
part I
leave
get.
and then there's actually nothing to do, and nobody ever tells you that. And then you start skipping, and then you're just, I don't know, you just keep doing it, and I don't know. But we went and watched the movies today, so it was cool.
Yeah.
And
I love them so much.
actually,
Doug?
Doug?
I just giant Tobias from Animorphs vibes in my head.
nice. And actually, right now, Douglas is talking about what a shame it is that people let disco die, and and he's talking about the complexities of disco, and that's it.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. She just, like, says yes. Like, she knows the social cues on when to say, oh, yeah. No, totally. What? Of course. And the whole time she's just like, I can't believe, why did I say yes to this fool?
Yeah,
Huh? Oh, yeah. And then at one point she's like, oh, I forgot my lipstick in your car. Could you go get it?
Oh, yeah. I'll be,
Oh, yeah. Cool.
no problem. I'll be right back. Is it?
Okay.
You think it's on the passenger side?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I don't know. You might have to look for a while.
All right. Yeah. I'll see if I can find it. And he gets up and heads out to his car.
He slumps and is like, oh my god, I can't. And she gets herself some popcorn like a strong, independent woman that she is.
And then, at this point, this is when doing your circuit as you run your 5 miles, Marley, that you run in front of the arcade and in front of the movie theater. And then for everybody, just as the movie is starting up, just as the game's going, the power goes out in the whole town.
Oh, boo! I throw some popcorn.
Like just as you're
Oh,
getting
you
into the
said
title
there was no
card.
witchcraft involved here. Is this these demons?
I didn't do that.
I didn't.
You're not even in the dungeon yet.
That's a pretty intense experience.
I've never been in a theater when everything was out. That's a weird experience.
Yeah, this
I
is.
bet Doug starts making moves too.
Yeah, he probably does, but we won't go in.
Does the like lights at the front go black, go dark?
Yeah. Yeah, like the street lights, all that goes out.
Can I call a tracking error here?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Doug lets out a high-pitched shriek as the lights go out. He gets very alarmed by it.
Okay, yeah. Add a little detail. Yeah, he... and then he tries to, play it off smooth. You were right next to him. You know it was him. But he screamed, but then he tries to play it off like, oh, who is that?
And then he tries to like overcompensate.
Yeah.
No. More T-Rex arms.
Is somebody in trouble?
No.
Yeah.
Man, and I wanted to reference this Giallo movie, but Friday the 13th Part 5 came out in March, and this comes out in May of the same year.
We have agreed to be just so dogmatic about those things, so you can't.
Of course,
you
I
just
can't.
Simply can't.
I just can't.
You couldn't have put that past us.
Oh no, it's fine.
You know full well if you mentioned that someone would get on Twitter and like, well, I think you'll find.
Yeah. Dario Argento didn't release that movie until much later that year.
I think Talia and I were very reliant on the streetlights to see where we're going, and just as we're sort of passing the front, and I sort of like, there's a blackout. We probably stop in our tracks because immediately can't like see where we're going, and I say, often power problems in the city. You were doing so well. Like I think you'll get like it's just the pacing. Anyway, what's going on there?
I don't know. The power doesn't usually go out. That's kind of weird. I guess, are we gonna have to cut it short, or I didn't bring a flashlight. We can't really see.
Yeah, I think maybe we could just hang for a little bit. They might have a flashlight actually inside. Maybe we should just go inside, and maybe they'll have like candles or flashlights or something, and we can just hang until the power comes back on or something. Doesn't like we did like part of the circuit is like through the park, and that's pretty dark without any lights on.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh, so which building do you go into? Do you go into the movie theater or do you go into the arcade?
I would say we go into the movie theater.
Okay. So you go into the lobby of the movie theater. They don't have any flashlights or anything, but they're... Or, well, I guess, like there's like a manager with a light of some kind, but not much. And, but just as they're about to start shooing people out of like the theaters because they don't know when the power's going on, that's when it comes back on. So it's up for maybe 5 minutes.
Can I put in some sort of tracking error, how can I do a cut?
Oh, you want to do...
Yeah.
A jump cut? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I want to show Jet pulling his hand back from Rowan's.
Oh,
as
perfect.
the lights come back on.
I love it.
Oh
Wait. I have a question. Was he going to going for the hold and then pulled back before, or were they holding hands and
going for the hold?
Oh. Okay.
I love this. And then at the same time, another cut then to Ashley and Dave or Doug, and she's just like the reverse of Jet.
It's a very good shot when put together.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, and then your nights continue on as almost as normal. And then, so Marley, you get back to the house, long before anybody else. You finish your running your 5 miles. Do you do this circuit a lot, or like, are you used to running it?
Yeah. I do it like we do a lot of working out at school, but this is like I kind of worked out this circuit when I got here just to do some extra. I like being out of the house, so any chance I can to just go for a run, and it's good, like it's exercise, but it's also a good excuse to not have to be in the house. It's really good. And you did like you pretty much ran. We walked parts and we stopped because of the blackout, but like if you want to come again, we can make this a thing. And
yeah, I'm gonna need you. I'm feeling it a little bit, but yeah, it was good. It was good.
I mean, the bad is like part of it. You've got to kind of lean into it. Like, you don't need to throw up or anything. Like, don't push yourself that hard. But like I do boxing, and I know like basketball is pretty contact too. Like, sometimes you get punched in the face. Just imagine that like this run is like just accepting that sometimes it's just gonna feel bad, but then you feel good. And don't worry about being puffed. Like I get puffed. Fit people we get puffed, but then like you recover quick, and you'll recover quicker and quicker. You did real good.
That would be a brilliant internet meme, just a picture of Marley with the words underneath, sometimes you get punched in the face.
And another, like a chibi of her just saying, get puffed.
Right, yeah, it's just, if I can't run 5 miles, I'm trying to get into college, and UCLA is pretty tough about the running and the times and miles and stuff.
Is it like a 5-mile thing, or did they say anything about a beep test?
No, I don't think so. Just
okay, because
5
that's
miles.
That's like a torture mechanism. So 5 miles, cool. Is that a universal thing? A beep test?
Yeah, I know.
I don't know it.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, really?
Also, when you say get puffed, I thought you meant like beefy, not like run out of breath.
Oh, okay. Beep
So
test
that's
is
why I
where
was
you
like,
have
get
to.
puffed.
There are like 2 markers. I don't know. They're like 20 meters apart from each other. I
Yeah.
think I can't remember exactly. And you have to run between them. And there's a cassette recording, and it gets faster and faster between the beeps. It's
My
like beep,
God.
It is
And
a form
you've
of torture.
and you've got to get faster, and you slowly like can't do it until it's like the last 2 really fit kids in your class doing the beat test.
Americans
Okay,
are
cool.
just impressed if you finished. So that's fine.
She just says, "Oh, so it's like a scholarship thing."
Yeah, Link, they wanna offer me the scholarship, but yeah, I gotta I gotta hit some things. I gotta hit the testing requirements, keep my grades up, keep with the training stuff, and
I mean, the running, like, it's really achievable. Like, really, it's like hurts and is hard, but like that should be the least of your worries. We can do this like a couple of times a week, and within like no time at all. Like, you're already pretty fit, and you're incredible. Like on, like playing basketball. Like, I could never do that. So, are you like worried about your grades?
Not so much. I think I mostly got them handled, but I also think that a couple of teachers may have fudged a couple of my grades last year, but I've been working pretty hard at it.
Oh, because there's like that thing where you can't like play in a game if your
Yeah,
grades
yeah,
aren't to a certain level. That's like a really bad policy that is bad. Just
Yeah,
saying.
I don't like it either. But and then there's I'm the star of the team, and they don't want to bench me, so I don't know, they give me on a little extra leeway that I prefer they didn't. But
Marley makes a mental note to start some sort of like discussion with the principal about how that's a really inappropriate strategy for athletes, and that's terrible. I so they fudged some of your grades. Can you get like a tutor or I'm not like my grades aren't incredible, but they're not
I mean,
terrible.
I spent some time with a tutor over the summer and stuff to make sure I understood some of the stuff going into the year, because I was, I really want this. So it's it's either that or Delaware. It's kind of either UCLA or Delaware State at this point, and I really want UCLA.
I don't see any reason why you couldn't do it if you put your mind to it. It seems like it's hard work and then also like just luck. The whole system is a bit silly, but I'd like to help you any way I can. Like I'll be going home, so I'm not like vying. I'm not like a rival. I'm not like vying for a scholarship or anything. So like you can trust that I can. Yeah, I'd be happy to help you any way I can. But also, like, is Delaware really that bad? Like,
it's just
like another school, yeah.
Just Delaware State's kind of it's kind of small, and it's it's a state school, and I just kind of have my heart set on getting away from home and going to college and stuff.
Yeah, fair enough. That's cool. What like you want to be a basketball player, or you want to study something, or like I'm for sure gonna be a boxer. Like that's that's my plan. Just got to get like some sponsorship and stuff. But is that like your plan too? You want to be like an athlete?
One sec. Let's see here. Oh, you know what? Perfect. No need to worry. The 1896 is far enough away that there's a women's basketball league in 1995.
Good.
I was worried because, like, America has a bad track record sometimes of them being more recent than you want them to be.
Mm-hmm.
Sexism in sports is a real continuing issue.
Our women's AFL is like only 5 years old or something like that, so it's fine.
That's the same in the UK. It's an absolute disgrace.
Very cool that it exists now, and you can watch like women playing footy on the TV, and it's very, very cool, but frustrating.
And we have the irony in Scotland that the women's football gets less viewership and the women's national team is better than the men's team.
That's incredible.
Well, we won't talk about what America does with that. This isn't the time for that. But yeah, I want to play basketball. I'm hoping, So, the system's kind of skewed. Better school, better chance of, like getting drafted, getting picked by a team and stuff. So.
Yeah. Well, I guess even though I don't like the system, I mean, the boxing kind of thing is all messed up too. Like, there's just a couple of like companies that run the leagues, and it's like messed up, and there's weigh-ins, and it's all like a crock of shit, really. But yeah, for sure. Like, we've got to work within the system that we have, and as I said, the running already crossed that off your list. Like you pretty much did that, and we can like work up to the time. But yeah, if there's any other training like you want to do, or I don't know.
Yeah, we'll set it up. That's awesome. And thank you. I should actually probably get home and make sure I get my math homeworks and stuff done. But thank you for running with me, and it was good. And thanks for talking to me too. It was good. Thank you.
That's all good. Are you you good getting home by yourself? We could like go inside and call somebody to pick you up.
She has a car. She took a car and got to your house. So
I forgot. I did because I don't have one. I forget that. Good. Awesome. Cool.
Yeah. And so
Awesome.
So she hops in her car and drives off. I don't know. At least. I'm sorry.
Is Marley walking home?
Oh, I think we're at the front of my house.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, right now they're... I just wanted you all kind of in the same area when the power went out.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Wonder why?
We'll find out sooner.
We'll
or later.
find out. Bum, bum, bum.
and then, so... What was Ashley's mom's name again?
Probably something silly like Barbara.
Barbara. Yeah, Barbara's home. Ashley's dad's not home yet. Working late at the office. He's a lawyer. They do that sometimes, right?
Yeah, sure.
And then, everybody else eventually, you get out of the movie, and James, either the game's done or they're taking a little break or something. And specifically, at least for Ashley, if you want an out to get away,
Oh my God.
you see Jet coming out of the movie theater at the same time as you, and you also can probably see James through the window of the arcade. So you recognize them from school. You could easily sneak off and go talk to them.
Yeah, she's gonna ditch Doug. We're ditching Doug.
Ditch Doug.
How am I ditching Doug? I gotta think of how to ditch Doug. Can somebody help me ditch Doug? How do I ditch him? How do I get him to go away?
Did he take you there or
Yeah. I'm totally stuck with this dude.
Hold on, I forgot my bag.
Oh yeah.
no? Because then he'll just wait.
Yeah, he'll just wait.
no.
You've got to do it without like outing yourself as
know.
like
Not interested. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm Team Doug here. I'm giving you no advice. Poor Doug.
Doug's absolutely right about disco.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I will hold off on ditching Doug. I will respectfully give him a kiss goodnight and make his little puppy dog eyes go away. It's just one, it doesn't mean anything. And my lipstick stains on his face and he can't get it off for an hour.
Love it.
And then when I go inside, I go into the bathroom and I make enough noise. I'm just like, oh my God, he's so gross. I'm like talking to myself and I'm like, Marley, are you in here?
Oh, can I just do like a jump cutty retconny thing just before she comes home? Like when I come in after my run with Barbara being home, I want to be like, oh, hey Barbara, it's nice to see you. Oh, sorry, I'm Mrs. She's like not used to the formal way that people talk to their parents here. So I'm like, Mrs. Anyway, gosh, Ashley's out late.
Oh yeah, she went out to the movies. She'll be back home. I think like 9 or so.
With like girlfriends or?
I think she went with some boy from school. I think his name was Doug or something.
Cool. All right.
She knows more than she's letting on. She's just trying to play.
I'm just like I'm just like frustrated that I was like my plan was to like get her in trouble, but I've misread the whole like social situation, and I'm like, fine, that's cool. All right, I just had to run. I'm gonna go up and have a shower and get into bed. Night, Mrs. Barbara. Night.
Yeah, and then you go up to your room, and as you do, it's like Barbara then like takes the phone from behind her back, and she's like, "Okay, I'm back. So like he's a good kid, right?" And
She's checking in on the boyfriend. She's checking in on Doug. Guess what, Mom? He sucks.
Sorry, I cut in. You were coming home, Ashley.
Yeah. So Ashley would come home and be like, "Mom, home, going to bed. Love you."
okay, yeah. Did you eat?
But I did. Lots of popcorn, so many carbs. I feel like I gotta go.
Okay.
Love you.
Good night.
Good night. She runs up to the bathroom and starts like knocking on Marley's door. Marley, are you in there?
You're back, Ashley. How
I
is
am.
the date? No.
No. I gotta tell you what happened.
What happened?
light-
Actually, I ran past, and I was worried the lights went out.
The power went out. That was weird. But funnier thing,
Okay,
Doug.
that's not the story.
Doug screams like a little baby when he's scared. I thought you'd like that.
So Doug's a dud.
Doug is a dud. Mark
Yeah.
him off your list if you have one. I don't know if you
Wasn't
have
on
one.
my. Okay, yeah, I'll mark him off. Wasn't on my list, but it's good to know. I'll let people know. Just like
No,
not.
I mean, don't let people. No. This is you. This is no, you and me.
Or we're having a.
Yes, this is a bonding thing. I think my sister and I did it all the time. She always told me when her dates sucked.
And then you don't pass the information on. I know. I get it.
No,
I get
well, I was like 13. I was real little when she started dating. So, I mean, I would rather you not. I don't want him to know I was talking bad about him. Like, it's fine. It's just probably not gonna go anywhere.
Fair enough. How was the movie?
It was. She's like kind of like hiding her excitement about it. She's like, it was gory and gross. And like she's like starts fiddling with like her shirt a little bit. Anyway, I should take all this plaster off my face. Good night. I'm so awkward.
All right. Let's see it. And you know the same thing goes for you, Jet. You could, if you wished, you could also see James in the arcade and meet up with him after you leave the movie theater. Ronald will go off with his friend Alex.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna spot. James and kind of wave, and maybe come over.
Yeah, I'm gonna beckon him in because I have this feeling that the lovely Mr. Peterson's probably quite boring.
Yeah.
Probably takes his D&D very seriously and probably isn't very accommodating to somebody who's never seen it before and is trying to learn it and wrap his head around this concept of something that's fairly new. So I imagine I've probably been scolded a couple of times for not understanding something I've never seen before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Jet comes over, and he does that thing where you start running, but then you kind of like slow down the pace right before.
Jet.
Hi.
Hey, guys, you know Jet, right?
And he's like, yeah. Oh, hold on. Never-ending story. You were asking for that, right? That's how he basically just calls out one of the people based on what they rented.
Oh, I love that. Oh, that's so good.
Finn,
You're gonna get some dirty shit.
Mr. Peterson's like, no, yeah,
It's a good movie. It's fine.
I was trying to get ideas for the campaign.
Horse,
Don't.
Yeah, when the horse dies, it's very sad.
Is that the one with the dog? The really big dog?
Yeah, the really big dog that's a dragon.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Yeah. I think it's based off a book.
Yeah. Have you played this game before, Jet? It's really interesting.
He kind of looks at it and goes, "No, but I've seen the chick tracks about it."
Sorry.
Yeah, apparently, I'm a wizard. I can cast spells, but I keep getting told off when I try to cast the wrong ones.
Congratulations.
Welcome to D&D.
You wouldn't guess it looking at him. Finn's quite stern.
I'm not that bad.
I look at the other guys and raise an eyebrow.
Yeah, he's a total rules lawyer.
It's a story game, right?
No.
You're supposed to be pretending and stuff.
Well,
Yeah, but there's rules to it.
Oh, there's lots of rules. And when you don't know them all, you get told off.
Oh, the meta of this is painful.
Annoying.
We've all played in those games. Listen, Finn, this is really good, but it's been, 2.5 hours so far? I mean, when do we win?
When?
That's a loaded question.
There's a story. It's a campaign. I mean, you defeated some goblins, but like you haven't even. It's gonna be like 3 or 4 more sessions before you get to the big guy.
Oh, right.
Like Monopoly.
Yeah, this. So you say campaign? You mean like a military campaign?
Yeah.
Are those things that go on for years?
I mean, we've been playing this particular one for about 3. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I look at David, Aaron, and Michael, and are they looking pained or are they into it?
Oh, they're into it. They're
Okay. Okay. Well, I won't be dismissive of them because it's their thing and they like it. James isn't too sure about it. It's like, hey, listen, guys. Jet, you were going to tell me all about that movie. I have to go now.
Yeah.
Listen, thanks for letting me play the Goblin game. I really enjoyed it, and I'll be sure to tell people at church that my soul is still safe. So, thanks very much for that.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for playing tonight. You know.
Yeah, appreciate that, Finn. Thank you for that. And by the way, a good T-shirt. Maybe just wash it occasionally.
It's still clean.
Ish. So, Jet, tell me all about the stag.
Oh, it's bad. Wasn't a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, not at all. And also, it wasn't like an archetypical idea thing like put to a movie. I was overselling it way too much in my head.
Did they give you your money back? Because the lights went out here. I'm guessing they went out in the cinema as well.
Yeah, they did. I was thinking about that. But I should have asked for it. It was not a good movie.
Yeah. No, I mean money back because obviously it would be disrupted, not because it was a bad film.
Well, obviously, but it wasn't. It was that on top of not being a good movie.
Yeah, that's pretty crap.
Yeah. Not a good, not great at all. No.
So not a recommendation. But I'm really glad I didn't go.
Yeah, no, it's not great. I didn't see very good reviews coming into it, but it's, I wanted to see for myself because sometimes, because like we were talking about with the genre stuff, sometimes they say good movies are bad.
Really?
Sometimes.
So do you have to do this because of your job in a video shop, or do you just do it for funsies?
I like movies.
Even bad ones.
I want to make some someday.
Oh, that's cool. So
Yeah, that's why I've been working at the movie store. There's a camera, and he actually like stops because I assume they're walking and talking in the plaza, and there is an electronics store in summer, and right in the display is this movie camera because it's big, it's chunky, but it's perfect for like a shot on shitio sort of situation. And he's just looking at it. He's like, "That's the one."
And I'm going to do a tracking error here, and the light actually catches the camera, and there's a little kind of flare of light as he says, "That's the one."
Yeah.
If I can be completely honest, Jet, you look like you need to work out a bit before you even try and lift that thing. That's a beast of a camera.
Well, one step at a time, right? I think it's easier to talk to people through movies, I guess.
That's really cool. You want to write your own film, though. Have you got a plot planned out, or are you planning just to get the camera first?
At this, he's just like, "Oh, I've got," and then he digs through a bag, and he's like, "I've got," and then he pulls out about like a stack this thick of like black and white ruled notebooks and goes, "I've got 1 million of them. It's just
James
which ones can I do?"
James puts his hand on top of it and looks furtively over his shoulder and says, "Put those away. He's going to come over and steal those for his goblin game. Don't let him see him."
Yeah, no, I don't want him to use it for lame goblins.
Lame goblins.
Lame goblins.
They can't even play a werewolf in that game.
Can you be a werewolf in that game? That would be cool. I was some stupid wizard that can do anything. I had one spell, and apparently when I cast it, I forgot it. I mean, that's fun. There's some guy being a warrior there who's...
What type of wizard only knows one spell?
Well, me, apparently.
Oh.
Light.
All right, this conversation continues as you leave the arcade, and as you do, in the back corner, see a brand new machine just came in a couple weeks ago for Commando. Screen blinks and then goes out. The rest of the lights are fine. Just that machine goes out. And that's where we're going to go to break.
Ooh. Little bit of spooks.
All right, yeah, we're going to take about 5-10 minutes or whatever we need, and then we will be back.
We're going to grab a drink.
She's made it through
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Nerds with Dice. We are playing American Summer, which is we are using the system ReMemorex. Our awkward characters have been getting to know their world, their surroundings, themselves a little bit, and even each other, which has been so far a blast. James and Jet, is there anything else you two do tonight, or you just continue talking about movies before?
Yeah, I think we're gonna, well, at least, I know Jet's intention is to talk about movies and go home.
Okay.
Yeah. James will, because James has his weird obsession with American convenience food, he'll probably suggest going to some local burger joint and continuing the conversation there before going home, and he'll offer to buy.
Okay, yeah. And he's like, well, if you're buying.
Yeah. Again, James is foolhardy and 16 years old, and he can eat what he wants. So I'm living vicariously through this.
Yeah. Through this fake person, absolutely do it. Get the burger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get some food. Is there anything anybody else wants to do tonight? Okay. Then, the next morning, specifically for Ashley and Marley, because your Barbara is, you at least see her in the morning.
Hey, Mom.
Oh, hey, hon. It's so weird. Got the paper today. Did you know that the power went out in Gossipville yesterday?
The power went out at the movies last night, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't say anything about that in the paper. Didn't go out over.
I mean, it was only for like 5 minutes, but it wasn't a big deal.
Weird.
Yeah.
I didn't know the power went out.
Yeah, I didn't mention it. It was so short. I almost forgot it even happened.
Yeah, and the rest of the day, all of you notice that only people who were at the movie theater and the arcade and were kind of downtown, which isn't as many students as you would think, maybe one teacher, you might have seen the paper, nobody's talking about the fact that the power was down in downtown Clearfield. You know what?
It wasn't like just the shop pay. It was like a couple of streets.
Yeah, it was all of downtown Clearfield.
But no one's talking about it.
Nobody's talking about it. They're only talking about the power going out in Gossipville, which is basically a neighboring town. You got...
It's our Shelbyville.
Yeah, so you're in Clearfield, which is the biggest town in Clearfield County, and then next to you is Fairview, where it's basically all the rich people are, and the country club and stuff. And then there's Gossipville, which is kind of like your rival school for sports and stuff like that. And then there's also Lake Madeline and stuff, which is just got some make out and hang out spots for teenagers and stuff.
Oh. Doug wishes.
He does actually, but he's obviously not going to get that far, it seems.
When it becomes apparent that nobody's talking about this, which is fairly strange, James will probably bring it up casually with one of his physics teachers, something along the lines of, if there was an outage in a neighbouring town, what would cause it to happen elsewhere? Because he's intrigued that nobody seems to acknowledge this, and people are very interested that it happened elsewhere. So he's going to see whether there could be any sort of knock-on effect, or if there's any exciting power-related reason that this could happen.
Yeah, I mean, let's see, one of your teachers, Mr. Schmidt,
Schmidt.
he can't think of anything, right? He's like, I don't know. You would have to talk to him, like a engineer or something, somebody who'd know about city planning and how all the power systems work. But I wouldn't think so unless, like it was like a connected substation or something.
Because the power went out downtown last night.
I heard a couple of students talking about that, but I didn't hear, anything else about it. I do know that I did hear about, the power going out in Gossipville, which I guess it was kind of a big deal. Something to do with Lockheed or something, but...
Weird, my parents never mentioned that. They work there, but again, they never mentioned anything to me, so...
I think Ashley would be like either coming out of that classroom or going back in, and she'll just like drop in and be like, it was probably like a tree. It's the second highest cause of power outages. I think.
Interesting statistic. Yeah, I mean, it's more than likely.
James will raise a knowing eyebrow because he's seen Ashley at the library. Oh, did you learn that when you were doing your high kicks?
I bet you liked looking at those high kicks, huh? And she walks away.
I have to. I guess this is a question in character, or well, the character's not giving it, but rather for in character knowledge. Does the town have a history of blackouts like this?
No.
Okay, so this was like an anomaly.
Right.
Okay.
I think Marley's gonna like mention it in the morning to her coach, and ask kind of a similar question. Be like, I go running a lot at night, and I got really caught short last night. There was a outage downtown. Is the power like on a bit weird in this town? Like, should I not like run at night? Because it was like pitch black.
I mean, I guess, no, power-wise, but I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily always safe to be running at night. But, yeah, I mean, the power usually fine. I mean, there was that time old man Jenkins hit the power pole with his truck, but not usually anything.
It's just weird. This town's like really, really focused on what happens in the town over. But like in the newspaper this morning, there wasn't anything about the fact that there was a power outage like in town. Like, what's with the focus on the next town over?
I don't know. Well, weird. I'm not sure actually. I guess I didn't even realize the power went out here.
Yeah, seems like something that should have been news. I think it was only for like a couple of minutes, but it was like the whole downtown was like out.
Huh. Weird. I didn't notice. I was out on the edge of town out at St. Elmo's Diner, but I didn't notice anything.
Yeah. All right. Just seems a bit weird. Well, I'll keep running at night. Like we both know that I'm the scariest thing out there. So you don't need to worry about me running at night. But yeah. Oh, do you know Talia?
Oh, yeah, I know Talia. She's the star of the basketball team. The girls basketball team, anyways.
Yeah. She's she's like going for a scholarship.
Oh yeah.
Cool. I was just like, I'd like to sort of take that on as like an extra credit like project with my is like to help do some like coaching and like get some like yeah, because like eventually I'd like to do maybe some coaching, or that can be like a good fallback to like have my own gym. And yeah, she wants some help, and I just thought that I could like talk to you and learn a bit about like sports psychology and how to make sure she can get the best out of out of herself, so that she can uh, beat the time she needs to beat for the scholarship.
I think, yeah, well, we could probably work something out. And do you have a study hall? Do you have a free period?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just come by my office and we'll work out the details.
Awesome. Cool. Good stuff. Did you? I haven't done all. I think maybe you didn't notice, but I started talking to you halfway through my reps, so I'm just gonna be like really own up to that and finish those off. I did want to pretend like I was done, but I'm not. So that's
Okay. Okay.
honesty on my part.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I love us all. We're so cute.
So while that's happening, James is going to use his free period to go to the library and look up causes of power outages, and he's going to find out that high winds are actually the most common cause, and trees are the incidental side effect of the high wind. Throw that away for later use. And he's going to be quite
So
smug
petty.
when he finds this fact.
So petty.
I love it. It's the best.
I think Jet is I think Jet is very much kind of just listening in on a lot of people more than actually directly engaging with them. Kind of, because I wonder like if there's a level of just, if he doesn't talk, is he noticed to him? And I want to see like basically if he is hearing anyone else talk about it. Is anyone outside of us talking about this power outage?
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, especially as the day goes on, the few like students that were downtown at the time, they stopped talking about it. You know, like it starts out in the early morning as like the interesting story, and then it kind of peters out. And yeah, I guess you do get as those stories kind of
I'm sure
out,
like everyone's talking about the latest season of Growing Pains or whatever.
Yeah, probably there's like one kid who says keeps trying to tell everybody that he's seen like strange lights over at like Madeline, but that's, you know, nobody's talking about any power outages, not even Gossipville by the end of the day, because it just becomes no longer interesting as the day goes on.
Strange Lights by Madison. What kind of strange lights? Are we talking like Chupacabra, UFO? I mean, those are kind of related, but what sort of strange lights are we talking about?
He said they. So if you talk to him, he'll tell you that there's like there's an island on the lake called called Wallace Island, and he says he, you know, nobody was over there, and he just kind of seen some like lights at the top of hovering at the top of the trees out on the lake, out on the island.
A real actual UFO sighting here. Ah, that's great. Ah, Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, yes. Jet's gonna cling on to that one. I think he's going to like search out for James and be like, "Oh, did you hear? During the power outage, there were some weird lights over an island in Madisonville, and okay, wait, let me. So you know the power outage?
Yep.
Okay. So there's this island in Madisonville, and apparently some people were at it or like around it during the power outage, and they saw some strange lights. That's a UFO. Hold on. It's not aliens. It's just identified flying object, right?
So were they actually flying lights, or was it just lights, like a burst of light because the power had gone down?
It was hovering above the trees.
And who's saying this?
Who is saying this again?
We'll just say it's you know what? We'll say it's Dinkelman. Dinkelman's saying this.
Dinkelman said this. Okay.
This is Dinkelman, who once tried to drill a hole in his head for laughs.
You have a point. But it could be fun.
What,
Where is your no, not that. Where's your sense of scientific inquiry?
So you want to go to this island and look for Dinkelman's magic lights?
Yeah. If not, we hang out by an island for a day.
Can you get any beer?
Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard.
If there's beer, I'm in.
Yeah, I mean beer, not the lights. Lights, I don't know. I have no guarantee if they're there.
I'm not that bothered about the lights, but an excursion and some alcohol sounds fantastic.
Yes.
You should take a camera though, because you know what we were talking about yesterday. This could be some real good inspiration for you.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was thinking. I mean, I have a Polaroid, but that's about it.
I'm sure that'll be perfect to take a grainy photo of some lights in the sky.
Sure. You know, if it works for Bigfoot.
So this island, how far away is it?
How far away is the island?
I mean, you would need a boat to get out, out to the island, but it's not really that far. You'd have to leave Clearfield, but other than that, it's like a half-hour drive or so.
Yeah.
Can I do a jump cut?
Yeah. What do you want to?
Or I think that's what it's called. I'm thinking that because Jet and I and Molly work at the video store together. So I'm thinking that in my head, I'm walking over to you to confirm what our shift is this weekend. But in my head, the camera shot is you remembering that you potentially need to make a friend who has muscles because you want that cool camera, and maybe you need to eventually when you're a filmmaker, you're gonna hire a camera person, and I'm really buff, and then you remember that you're gonna need somebody to row, and so in my head you're sort of like I'm walking over and you're just ha. And I'm hey Jet, can I interrupt for a second?
Hey Marley.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey Molly.
Nice
Marley.
to see you guys.
Marley. Hi. Yes.
It's either way is fine. It's not a problem.
Okay.
Do you remember? I know we're rostered on the same time this weekend. Do you remember what time our shift is?
Yeah, I think it's Wednesday. They always say try to get. I know. They're not supposed to.
On the weekend, no.
Yeah, but Bob decided that he wants to take the weekend out to our whole weekend when he owns the place, so he decided that he wants to go up to his lake house.
What? So we're not open on the weekend for movies, but we're open. Okay, well, I'm glad I asked because that is way different to what I thought was happening. So
Yeah,
Wednesday
no,
night.
we're doing Wednesday and we're doing the weekend.
Oh my god, this is. Oh, so he's going, and we're doing Wednesday because Bob's going away.
Yes.
They need some sort of system. Anyway, I'm glad I asked you. Okay, so
wish we
we're
could
on the
have-
weekend and on Wednesday.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just sort of
Before you go,
yeah.
hey, you want to go on an adventure?
I really appreciate that you enjoy the movies that you enjoy. Like, I really get it. Everyone has their thing, and I appreciate that. But as we've discussed, I'm more like Rocky. I'm really into like overcoming the odds. Not so much into the like really
You like camping?
cerebral. Yeah, I like camping.
We're gonna look for some UFO lights down at the lake.
Oh, like not when not you're not. It's not a movie recommendation. This is an actual thing that we're
Yeah.
actually gonna do.
James
Yeah.
rolls his eyes slightly.
I mean, yeah, I've camped. I've camped a lot. Yeah, sure. That sounds awesome.
Yeah. I heard a rumor and I thought it might be fun to go check it out. And even if it's not, it's the woods and we're not.
Will there be beer?
There we go. That is someone after my. There will absolutely be beer there.
Oh, I
Like
don't know
that-
absolutely, but I'm definitely gonna try.
There will be.
I might be able to do something. There's like my host family has some stuff maybe. Yeah, okay. That sounds good. Like for like the whole weekend, but we've got these shifts or like what's the plan?
Okay.
There is no plan.
So Monday's a teacher holiday, right? Or a teacher work day.
Oh yeah, like a moderation day.
Why not do a Monday then?
So leave Sunday
Yes.
after our shift. Yeah, cool. Sounds good to me. I'm in. I can get I can take my skipping rope and get my stuff done while we're there, and yeah, I mean, like, I haven't had a chance to be camping. What types of things do we need to be careful of camping around the lakes? Like, are there snakes or spiders or like dingoes? I know there's not dingoes, but like anything like. Do you have like coyotes? Is that a thing?
It's March. No, most you're not really going to have to be dealing with much over here. I mean, I think we're
because can I tell you, Jet?
bears.
This thing happens a lot, wherein people are like, "Oh, you're from Australia. You have so many scary animals." La 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 la. No, we don't. You have bears and wolves.
Yeah,
And
but in Australia, you
mountain
described as the
lions.
size of your face.
Tracking error.
Okay.
Jump cut to Ashley in the library, and she sees the book that James had pulled out earlier to get that win statistic, and she yanks it and she takes off to the cafeteria, and she comes in and she slams the book on the ground. What do you do? I knew you would. Why do you have to be like that? And then it kind of clicks in Marley's head that her family has a cabin on the lake and a boat.
All right, Malibu.
That's a
Barbie,
women,
what's wrong
Ashley.
with
Why
you?
would you do that? Why would you do that? It's so why do you have to
Listen.
be like this?
If you want to come in spouting incorrect facts, that's entirely your prerogative. I
Incorrect
get it.
facts. Incorrect facts. Do you see how old this book is?
I also saw how well you did in your physics test. Second top in the class. That's not bad.
Guys, Ashley,
What?
deep.
Yeah, I know
whatever.
breathing. I know.
Okay. Do you have plans for the Monday moderation day? because like the teacher-free day, school student-free day, or whatever. I don't know what you call it.
No, I don't.
Because your family has a lake house.
Yeah.
Do you wanna hang out there? Look, I think you're gonna say no, but like these guys want to go check out. You want to go hang out there, and they were talking about camping. And look, I love camping somewhere really safe, like in Australia. But as there are crazy animals here, and I just remembered your family have a lake house. You wanna? I thought we could steal your parents' alcohol.
Beer, yes. All right, I'm in.
We can continue this debate on Australia versus America with dangerous animals, because there was a reason we used it as a penal colony. I mean, there wasn't a great deal of survival chances there with all the poisonous creatures and all sorts.
Look,
I think the rattlesnakes are starting to wake up at this time of year.
See?
Are they bad?
Rattlesnakes. I think you just used it as a penal colony. Look, I do appreciate the fact that you have stopped calling me a convict. I appreciate that, because that was annoying.
There's also copperheads.
It was quite funny, though.
This is getting awkward.
Well, if you call me a convict, I'll call you a cop. So, what are we going to do there?
Yeah, who's better there, Mr. UK?
I think we're pretty clear on
Malibu
spiders.
Barbie. we appreciate your lake house.
Mm-hmm.
And we appreciate
and my parents' beer.
Yes, we appreciate that as well. And we also appreciate your wonderful flora and fauna that's apparently going to savage us when we go to this lake house.
I hope it does.
Black widows, but you can shake them off. I think we're more concerned about poison ivy.
You want to watch out for the brown recluse, though.
Yeah, they're real tiny.
I know, and they'll
shake off.
They'll get you. Yeah.
Do you know that I come from a country where the most dangerous animal is a badger?
It shows.
We have a snake. An adder is our most deadly snake, and it's protected by law. If you kill the adder, you're going to go to jail for that.
Yeah, rattlesnakes aren't too bad. They warn you.
Wait, we're going outside during this trip?
No, this is what I'm saying. We can.
No, Jet thinks there's UFOs, so we're going to go there to look at flying saucers, apparently.
UFOs.
Okay,
I'm sure the lake house isn't on the island, so we can use. I don't know.
Jet's like, okay, well, I don't know if there's UFOs, but I think it might be fun to look. And I think it's really close-minded to shut off the possibility that there are other life forms in our vast and endless universe. It's fine. I'm looking for UFOs.
Oh, another thing. Ashley, can we take your car? Because none of us have a car. So can you drive?
Well, it can fit us three, but not your big ego, so you're going to have to get a ride.
I suppose
Sorry.
that's the design feature of a car that was built in Nazi Germany. You know that Hitler designed the Volkswagen Beetle?
Personally?
Yeah,
I don't think that's true.
It is true. Absolutely 100% true.
Huh.
This is fun. This is so fun.
All right.
I think this will be just a really good opportunity for some for I don't know. Look, I just want to. I've been training a lot. I'm looking to blow off steam. If this is this is gonna be like, do you call this like a blowout? This is gonna be like a big party. Yeah.
I'd call it a
yes,
place
it will be.
with beer.
Okay. So on that, what I want to do is I want to fast forward us to Sunday before you plan on going out to the lake house. So that way, Jet and Marley, you're at work.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley, if it's all right, I want you to be there with some of your cheerleading friends.
Yeah.
And then James,
Done.
feels like a good place for you to be. You like hanging out there, and if you're all planning to leave to the lake, yeah, everybody's
Take off from the
Yeah.
Take off from the movie store.
I'll have packed some sensible things in the rucksack.
And I wrote down some names. So
Names.
so Ashley, with you have Amber and Stephanie are with you at the
Of course.
the video store.
Of course.
And Stephanie's just so are you like really going out to the cabin with I thought you didn't even like Marley.
You know, I don't know what it is. She kind of grows on you a little bit.
Like, can we come with?
Um,
Wait, are you bringing Doug?
No. I told you, Stephanie, no. Gross. I don't know. We'll see.
And then
I'll let you know.
like Amber takes like a movie off the shelf. Is there even power out there? Why are we even at here? Like, are we
There's
picking out a
power out
movie?
there.
What's
Like, I don't know, like summer, end of summer. I don't know. But there's gonna be beer, and I need to get away from Doug.
just
He's
beer,
nice and
like,
everything. He's got a very high-pitched voice sometimes, and it's disconcerting. So, no.
You're just gonna have beer? Like, can I come out there if I have vodka? Like,
Yes.
if I can bring some vodka, can I come?
Yes, you can. I think my screen froze. Oh, there it goes.
Just for a
I
second.
don't know why it zoomed me in.
I'm gonna sorry, was this is at the video store, yeah? So we're there as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sort of loom up behind Ashley and just kind of like try and like crazy eye, like stare down. Just I want to try and like not make them feel like they don't want to be there with me.
Oh, like while I'm not facing you.
Yeah, yeah.
That's great.
You know what?
Jet's not paying attention. He's too busy watching Splash on like the in-store.
For fun, since we haven't rolled any dice yet, Marley,
exciting.
Yeah.
which one of your like towns do you think would be like related most to your best state?
Mad dog face.
Yeah.
I think heavy hitter, but I don't know, it's up to you. As in like I think I put on my the face that I do to like intimidate
Yeah.
when I'm like in the ring.
If that's where you want to go.
Yeah.
So what's your heavy hitter?
So my heavy hitter is my best one. That's 8d6.
Okay, yep. So roll 8d6. And then you are trying to just get over, we'll say a 15.
Ah! Hang on. Too many dice. One of them went on the floor. I'll re-roll it. Alright. I got... oh yes, way over 15. 26.
You scare them out of the store.
Yeah. So Stephanie will notice you first, and then she's like, "Oh, hi, Marley," and she'll grab Amber. I said, yeah, Amber is the other one. Amber's arm and like pull her away from Ashley, kind of leaving the two of you there. Of course, yeah. I mean, at this point, you notice, and
Yeah, I'll turn
then
around. What'd you do that for?
I don't know. I don't like him very much.
It's okay. Amber gets grumpy when she's had vodka, so It's better off
Also,
this way.
like, I don't think they'll be very nice to Jet, and that's like not cool with me.
That's accurate.
So I think we leave the dancers behind.
That's fair. Their loss.
They're right. Like, I didn't really expect you to say yes when.
Well, me either. But I think this would be a great opportunity for us to get to know each other. And I've been studying a little bit lately. And I think I know what to say to James to get him to finally shut up. So that's great. And Jet's just fine. He's fine. He's great. He's fine. So
Yeah, I think Marley, like, sort of originally had a very specific idea of who Ashley was. Like, she was like, okay, somebody put me in a house of a cheerleader. This is awful. But, like, over time, even though they, like, fight, they, like, she's gotten, like, a better idea of that there are, like, hidden depths. And so, yeah. And so she's just like, yeah, I think you should, have an opportunity to shut James up. And,
Yeah. He deserves it.
Yeah, and your parents, like, were pretty cool about us going to the lake house. I think they were keen to have some time without two teen girls in their house.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think as long as we're safe, I think it's fine. I think. We'll see.
Did we... How do you reckon we got alcohol? Is there alcohol at the lake house? Have we stolen alcohol from your parents' house?
Okay, so, I am saying that Jet has an older brother. And Jet's older brother is just like, fine, but don't be stupid about it. And we'll get it for him.
I'm also relying on the fact that I specified earlier that James is tall, and I may be using some of my own misbegotten youth here, but all the various characteristics that he's got is he's a very confident speaker. He's also got a fake ID, and I reckon he could probably easily buy some beer and get away with it.
Sure. In between that, I'm sure we can gather up enough beer.
Yeah, I feel like the family stockpile of alcohol is always up to par, and if there's anything gone, they don't question it, they just fill it back up again.
So we are set.
Yes.
Yeah, I think, this could be cool. What's high school for if not saying yes to things? So we're, looking for UFOs whilst having, whilst just getting pretty drunk.
Also, Doug doesn't know about the beach house, so kind of gets me away from town for a few days. So
You can just tell him that you don't, like, you're not interested.
I did. Yeah, I did.
And then what?
He just, like, cried a little bit.
Okay, so we're getting away from the fallout.
So, yeah.
I think in the background, Jet just kind of goes, I think this is the guy from Bosom Buddies.
This is going to be an interesting weekend.
I'm excited.
Or Sunday, Monday.
It's all the weekend when you're this age. Out of character.
James will come over at this point and he'll point into the back and say, has Jet finished watching his mermaid porn? Are we good to go?
I mean, it's up to us because we're locking up, so we can just... Jet!
What?
Turn off Daryl Hannah. We're good to go.
Fine.
Okay, at this moment, then Amber comes up and puts Halloween on the counter and goes, "Is this movie any good?"
Yes.
Okay, I'll rent
That was
it.
way
Ashley
too
like
intense.
turns away and like hides her smile.
She's no idea what Halloween is.
Yeah. Listen, all you need to know is that he loves John Carpenter.
I think it has something to do about really great costumes, Amber. You should watch it.
Molly's like completely unsure about what's happening. Like,
The
Get
music
it.
is killer.
Yeah.
should we? Should it be a movie that we take? Is it?
don't
Because
know.
if you're saying it's really good,
No, Amber should watch that one.
okay.
Yeah, so Amber
She'll
will
love it.
she agrees to rent Halloween, and then you can lock up the store if that's what you want to do.
Yes, I'm going to lock up the store and take the beer, which I was hiding under the counter the whole time, because I assumed like sometime during my shift, my brother came by with it.
Got this image of Jet sniggering as he's doing that and giggling uncontrollably.
Yeah, it's just kind of just like no one knew.
So here's the thing, it's not great beer. If you want better beer, you James could try to get better beer, but otherwise it's not good beer. But it is beer, and you're a high schooler, so you may not care.
Yeah,
so.
it's
You're 16, you don't care.
we don't care.
You drink enough of it, you can't taste it.
It's true.
We stock
The
up
problem
at the
is getting to
convenience
drinking
store.
enough of it.
Yeah, we stock up the convenience store, and I buy like a lot of lemonade, and I'm like, we can mix it.
With the beer?
Yeah, it's not pretty, but it's sugar, and it'll be okay.
Are you proposing a shandy?
I think they call that poor man's lemonade here.
I think I know a guy named Mike who makes that.
Is that Mike with the limp?
Yeah,
This is not
that
Doug.
one.
Yes,
Like,
Ducky.
in canon universe, this guy grows up to make Mike's our lemonade.
Yeah.
I love it. It's the best.
All right. All right. Yeah. Go out to the cabin. Actually, what's your parents' cabin like? Is
It's
it nice?
probably like a two bedroom little thing. Nothing super fancy. Just something they go have a spot at that's on the lake. Definitely pool house material in their eyes.
Is there like a jetty and like a dinghy?
A what now?
Okay, a little.
I know what you mean.
A dock.
Okay,
basically.
a little boat.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what.
And a
the word
dock,
for that would
yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Like a pier. Like a small pier.
A pier and a little boat.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would call it a jetty as well.
Okay.
Jetty.
Is it a
But
dinghy?
I think in universe though, Ashley will take the time to figure that out. And
Okay.
just start calling it that. Jetty and a dinghy. Dinghy? Dinghy.
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 Jetty.
I don't know
Dinghy.
why.
Jetty's
Like-
the boat.
They're normally like
No.
I think
No.
it used to be tinny because it's like a tin boat, and then maybe got shifted to dinghy. I don't know the
Dinghy.
etymology. I
Oh,
just
okay.
speak
Wait.
language.
Dinghy
Okay.
is the harbour thing.
By the way, it sounds like someone that Betty and Veronica would hang out with.
This is like learning Latin. Anyway.
Yeah. So, on the up in the cabin, I am going to say that Jet has definitely brought some thematic movies, at least. I think he definitely brought Close Encounters of the Third Kind, just for fun,
Yes.
of course.
Yes.
Yeah. I think he was sorting through this, but he brought camping stuff. Oddly enough, he brought camping stuff and his Polaroid and I guess a tape recorder.
I'll see the tent, and like as we're unpacking or whatever, I'll be like, "Hey Jet, like if you want to camp, like if you want that vibe, and we can make like a fire and stuff, we can set up the tent and like just have the cabin as like a base to run back to should there be a bear, for example."
Yeah, I mean, I
They're
think.
really scared of bears.
Well, I mean,
Are there beds in the
There's
cabin?
no bears. I mean, there's bear figurines.
no,
Because
How
my
many do you
mom's
look-
like that.
nah, they all got hunted out of here. But there's I think there like you'd have to go to Yellowstone or something.
I mean, the worst you
Mountain
might see
lions.
is like, I don't know, a beaver.
Mm-hmm.
Are
Pretty
they
much.
vicious?
In my town, the like real thing to be scared of was there was this story that the American there was like American base during like I don't know, it was like World War Two, and they had a mountain lion as their mascot. They brought a pair of mountain lions as their mascots,
Mhm.
and when they left, they just let them out because they couldn't take them back home, so I'm saying the scariest thing in my town is a thing from your town. That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
Well, I can't apologize for everything we've done wrong. But I'm sure it'll get better.
Do beavers bite?
Yeah, like wood.
they're
I mean,
Would, yeah.
you don't have anything really to be scared of. White people hunted anything that's gonna bite you in these woods. To be honest.
I've got this image that her parents have got a load of heads around the cabin of various pieces of wildlife.
Oh yeah.
Of course, and
Taxidermy all over
yeah.
the place.
Yeah, and Jet's just.
Yeah, I'm gonna like pick up a stoat or something like. What's this? Is
I'm
this a
pretty
beaver?
sure Dad bought all of those, or they were here when we got the place. To be fair.
So
Yeah, why is there a pelican?
Don't ask questions. Let it go.
I'm setting up the
go.
tent.
okay, so do you plan to do you watch the movies? Will you wait to see if the lights show up on the island?
Yeah, I think he brought them to just kind of like hang out with during the day where no one's gonna hear any or see any lights anyways.
Okay, yeah.
Like,
So
they're UFOs. But I think he's more just kind of chill, just kind of stare up at the sky by the fire and wait for something.
okay, yeah.
I get out of watching the first movie by going for like a swim, like a big swim, and potentially it's like the time of year when nobody is swimming, but I'm swimming because if you're near water, you go for a swim. And in the second movie, I can't get out of watching it if we're doing like a marathon that
Sure,
day.
it's Alien.
And I make exactly the same sound that Doug made when the lights went out when we're watching that movie during a jump scare, and I spend the rest. I'm like trying to keep it together, but I'm like watching it like this and just like drinking.
And you know, it's not the jump scare that gets Ashley, it's the scream reminding her of Doug that gets Ashley. So, and then she goes, ah! And he's like, wait a minute.
I bet
Is he
it
here?
was during
Is he here? And she like runs around, turns on all the lights. Is he here?
It was me.
bet
It was
it-
me.
I bet it was during the chestburster scene specifically.
While this is happening, James is actually going to be secretly quite enchanted by all the quaint Americana that is around this place.
Sure.
And he's going to ask probably irritating questions about the animals. He's also going to claim one of the rooms. I'm assuming there's some nice bedrooms. He's going to claim one of the bedrooms.
Yeah, I think it's more like the style where there's like 2 bedrooms, but each bedroom has like a fairly large bed, like 2 fairly large beds in there. So it's like made for this type of thing.
Okay. And then as night approaches, you go out to have a fire. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as
of course.
you get the fire going, you hear a car pull into the driveway for the cabin.
Better not be Doug. It better
Oh,
not.
I hide my beer.
I do that thing when you're drunk and you get real confident, and I'm gonna be like,
If it's Doug,
I'm just
you
like,
tell him.
I'm ready to be the face.
Yeah, if it's Doug, tell him to leave. Tell him to get
It's not gonna
out.
be. It's not gonna be Doug. It's not gonna be Doug.
And you hear footsteps walking around the cabin.
Maybe the aliens have learned to drive.
Doug, go home.
I open the front door, ready to be like, what? I'm ready to, be like,
Yeah.
and what is your
Confrontational.
business here, sir?
You find Amber. It's Amber with a bottle of
Amber.
vodka. It's just Amber.
Amber.
She by herself.
I didn't scare you off, Amber.
No?
I'm gonna
I
shout.
left the other girls at the house watching that movie. Did you know people die in that? I asked my brother, and I didn't want to watch it. But Ashley said
I
I
know
could come if I
nothing
brought
about
vodka, so I brought
I know
vodka.
nothing about.
I'm going to be peering over Marley's shoulder. I'm going to be like, "Hey, Ashley, one of your little minions has turned up."
Amber.
It's Amber. She came through.
Amber.
Amber.
Amber, we have started already. You should get
Amber.
with
What
us.
up?
I will have a shot. And are you gonna be cool? Are you gonna be cool?
Yeah, because Amber, Ashley said you get really grumpy when you get drunk. Is that true?
No, like grumpy, like happy, like great, like the best.
No, she meant grumpy like being bitchy. Are you gonna
Yeah.
No,
be bitchy?
no.
'Cause that's not what
don't
this
get-
is about.
No, that's not the vibe.
They're
I don't-
lying.
Wait, do you really think I get grumpy, Ashley?
Yeah, Ashley, do you think she gets
Yeah,
grumpy?
No, they're lying. Who's your friend here?
Jet
Who's
Jet
your
is
friend
like
here?
looking back and forth and just kind of like trying to follow along with this.
Who's your, Amber? Amber, who's your best? Who's your best friend? Who's got? I'm not wearing it.
That's
Remember
Stephanie,
rings?
isn't it? Stephanie's our best friend.
Probably. Where's Stephanie?
Oh yeah.
Just I grab
Um.
Amber and I pull it into the cabin. Oh wait, will we have around a fire outside? Wait, we should have a fire.
Yeah, we should have a fire.
Yeah, how do you make a fire?
I know how to make a fire. How do you make a fire?
I've never made a
Where
fire.
did you grow up?
I live
Yeah.
in a city.
Fire.
You live in a city.
Yeah, I'm not some yokel who makes fires.
Amber.
Well,
It is a
I mean,
life
If
skill.
you have to make one in the outback or wherever you're from, I get that. But
Hey,
those
hey,
of us
hey.
who live in stone buildings don't need to make.
AK, UK, other UK, shush.
Oh, do you hear that?
Did
Racism.
she just call me other UK?
She did.
Well, you are
That's
forged
stolen
an alliance here
indigenous
today.
You're both pretty. Stop it. Okay. All right.
But make a fire.
Amber.
Go.
Amber.
Yes.
What are you
And-
doing here? What are you doing here? You're silly.
Well, I left the other girls watching the movie. I asked my brother,
Mhm.
"Did you know people die in that movie?" I didn't want to watch
Oh
it,
my god, that must have been the other Halloween movie I was telling you about.
but anyways, you said I could come if I brought vodka, so I brought vodka, and I came out here.
Okay, you'll be nice though, right?
Yeah, Yeah.
If you get
Can Jet make a fire in the background while this is happening?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
Yeah, that can be happening. And then. So, when did you come out here, anyways?
when? Earlier.
No, like why did you?
Why? Because I have a person in my life that I know nothing about who lives across the bathroom from me. I need to know her. So I thought Kevin.
Oh, and I'm sorry. Who are you again? And she points at James.
Who am I?
That's other UK.
No, original UK.
I hope I'm not offending you guys. Please tell me if I'm offending you
I'm
guys.
sorry,
Okay.
time out. No.
Oh shit.
No.
I almost just shit myself. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, Amber, you probably don't know me because I'm in a lot of the classes where you need pretty good grades to be in. My GPA is
good
pretty
grades.
high, so yeah, 1.5 is not that good. So if you want to know about history and stuff, that's me. I'm in those classes when you're, whatever it is you do. So pleased to meet you.
Oh wait, I remember you. You're in my chemistry class.
I am, yes.
Okay, and he's the one from the video store, right? And she'll point over at Jet. Hey, guy from the video store. Oh, his name's Jet.
Jet, like a
Yeah.
plane.
Wait, the weird sign guy, the one who does like the horror movie sign.
Hey. Yeah.
All right. I have poured shots.
Sweet.
I've poured numerous. Amber, you are numbers of beers behind. Here is some shots.
Yeah. She'll just knock back a few shots without really thinking about it.
I find her keys and I take them. And I
That's easy enough.
Jet is like holding a beer with both hands. and he's kind of going, if you were a type of cat, what would you be?
not a mountain lion that's taken to Australia and left behind and then procreating babies and a weird species happens because there's only 2 of them.
I think I've seen that movie.
No, someone knows biology.
Yeah.
I think Amber's going to be a drunk cat. I think that's what Amber's going to be.
Probably.
Andrew Lloyd Webber cat.
James will take a shot and...
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I have to look something up.
Okay. So as you all have fun around the fire, Amber eventually switched from pouring out shots to just drinking from the bottle.
Uh-huh.
It actually happens really quick, like 10 minutes after she gets there, but she switches and then...
I feel like she'd pass out real quick too from that. Oh,
yeah, eventually she will,
Okay.
or she'll at least be pretty sloshed,
Weakling.
I'm gonna be like, Jet, no more cats. I'm gonna be like, truth or dare.
Okay.
Truth or dare.
It takes him a second to process. He's like, oh, truth.
Interesting choice.
I was naming the game. I didn't realize I was asking you, but I'll do it. All right. What is the scariest thing you've ever seen?
I think Jet like stops and rolls back and just kind of like stares up into the sky for a bit and goes, one time I went to a corn maze, like with my big brother, but then I got lost and separated from everyone. And I don't know how long I was there, but I know I wasn't as alone as I thought. I saw something between the corn. Something with red eyes. No one believes me, but I saw it.
That is crazy.
Everybody, I think I'm seeing things. And she points behind Jet at the island, where there are little lights dancing above the trees.
Okay. Jet is
Take your
going to...
Polaroid.
Yeah, Jet is going to grope for the Polaroid camera and try to take some pictures.
That doesn't look like an aurora borealis.
What
flying
skills
saucer,
do
though.
you think would...
This time of year?
Yeah, whatever camera skill you... Whatever scan... and
Okay,
then-
I would say, okay, we have creative best case, eye for investigation, or genre savvy. Which-
Ooh, eye for
Eye
investigation,
for
maybe?
investigation.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do that. What am I rolling for that?
what... You should
I
have a...
4.
4, so you
Right
roll
next.
4d6.
Okay.
Try to beat a 10.
Yes, I did that. I
Okay,
actually got
yeah.
a 14.
You get a really good, crisp picture of the lights. It's not even blurry.
James is going to nudge Marley and go, "Do you get those in Australia? Flying snakes or something?"
There is a thing in Australia called a bin bin, which is a floating light.
Bin bin. Bin bin.
We've got
But
a thing called the
haven't-
Will-o'-the-Wisp.
yeah, similar
Willow
concept.
Willow the what?
Wisp.
Whisk. Whisk? Like a
Wisp.
whisk?
No, wisp.
Like I'm gonna make some pancakes with a whisk?
No, wisp.
It's a wisp.
Like
Yeah.
fog.
Willow
Yeah,
the
that's
wisp.
the one. Yeah, see, Jet knows. Jet knows.
Wisp.
Yeah.
James, you're
My-
like a science.
My grandpa
Dead
has
person?
a story about dead warriors in the mountains
Mm,
that
Spooky.
make big lights.
So I'm going to try and scientifically rationalize this with my hang on, guys, I've got an idea ability. And there's got to be a logical explanation for it based on I know that my parents work in a scientific place near here, there's water, there's hills. There must be some sort of vaguely Dana Scully-esque explanation I can come
Yeah,
up
like
with.
ball lightning or something.
I was thinking heat lightning.
Also, I need to
hot.
fix. They're not called bin bin. They're called min min lights. I just
Min-
had a small brain moment. Min min lights.
min-
No one's gonna care, but you know, I gotta represent correctly.
min- min.
So what do I have to roll?
Whatever your science related skill is.
Okay.
Well, without investigating this is gonna be a little harder, so you're gonna have to beat a 20.
Okay, I have got 23.
All right, yeah. What scientific explanation do you think you come up with?
So I think it's something to do with static in the air. That the static in the air has created these light objects. And it could be caused by discharged electrons from the water. He said, stringing science words together.
And then Amber goes, "No, I think it's the grinning man, probably up by the gnarl tree."
The what?
I think she's talking about Doug again.
Yeah,
No,
you,
no.
Grinning man.
Do you not know about the story of the grinning man?
Oh
do
boy.
do I know the story of the grinning man?
Actually, you can tell us. You went to the cinema with him.
The
No, this is out of character. Do I know the story of the grinning man?
Yes, you would have heard the story of the grinning man around town. The
Okay.
grinning man, he is sort of the legend of Wallace Island. He's a dark-haired man dressed in an immaculate suit who stands on the island and he grins at people
Ugh.
as they boat
Blech.
by and stuff.
Well, sorry, Amber, but this is just some natural phenomenon. More likely to believe it's the Min-Mins than it is some guy in a suit floating about up there.
But my brother said he's an alien or something.
No matter what it is, it's beautiful, isn't it?
It's pretty, yeah.
Amber,
Yeah,
you should go to bed.
that's a
Come
good
on.
idea.
Let's go to bed. And I take her inside.
She will let you do that. And that is where we... Oh,
sorry.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say that Ashley comes back out, her hair's up, she's got her glasses on. She's like, okay, let's talk about this.
Okay.
Get the alcohol
I
out.
think it's a good time for us to stop and
Yeah.
then let you start looking into the lights and seeing where that takes your characters next time.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. Really enjoyed that.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Now we
And
are
I've learned a
gonna
bit Min-Mins.
sign out. I'm gonna find somebody to raid real quick, and starting with Jet. Tell us who you are and where we can find you. What you do around
Okay.
the internet.
Hi, I'm Gar Atkins, also known as Sahoni, and you can find me on social media, on Twitter specifically, at Sahoni_stuff. That's SAHONI_stuff, where I work as a game designer and podcaster. You can catch me on my other podcast, Barking Points Memo, where it is a weekly current events comedy podcast where we look at the news and then yell about it together. You can also check out my feed for the latest news on my game that's currently in development. Development's done, but I'm getting real close to publishing and putting it out. And that's Exceptionals, a game inspired by X-Men about the spaces and communities that marginalized people make for themselves. And I'm about, I want to say 74.5% done with editing. And after that, it's straight into art and layout. So keep an eye out for that, because I do have editing streams. I do have art streams for it. So come hang out. So I'm not sitting in there by myself listening to Naruto opening themes.
Although the Naruto opening themes are pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll go next. My name's Keely. I am on Twitter and Instagram as Halfling Trouble. I don't do much. This is me. This is where I'll be on Thursdays, so yep, that's it.
I'm Kiralee. I'm Kiralee Burnett on Twitter. I do another stream that's called Hit Dice Heroes on it's too hard for me to explain when it's on. For me, it's on a Sunday morning. For you, I don't know.
Saturday night.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. I don't know. We're enjoying doing that. I play a turtle called Gamer. She's real cool.
Aww.
Yeah. And so Kiralee Burnett, pretty much everywhere. I'm Soda Wax on YouTube, but don't go there.
Don't go there.
Where the algorithm goes to die.
Yeah.
James.
You can find me on at Save Podcast. I do a podcast called Roll to Save that is about the history of RPGs, because as you can tell, I am old, unlike my fellow people on this stream who are still in the flush of youth. We've been running for about 7 months now, and we cover a whole variety of games. We take old games that are still around, and we do a history episode, and we do episodes where we do a roundtable. So you can find us there. You can find us. We have a blog at rolltosave.blog, and you can find links to our podcast there. Also, you can find it on Apple Podcasts, whatever other podcast directories you use. So come and check us out if you want to hear old people rambling about RPGs.
All right, yeah, and I am Nerdy Teddy. I will be here on Nerds with Dice. You can find me in the Discord as well. You can find me on Twitter at Nerdy Teddy. Tuesdays and Thursdays right now. And I'm here on this channel. I'll be in the Rifts Ballad of Fates game, and then I'm running this. Hopefully there'll be some one shots and stuff coming up, but it depends on me getting things together, which I'm working on. So, other than that, I am now on itch. I wrote a couple.
Hey,
Nice.
Wrote a couple of short, like 2-page games last year that I published earlier this year. And then I did do a game jam for the first time for Visigoths vs. Molgoths. You can get the Tax Sisters there now too. They're wannabe vampire little punk girls that you can put in your game as NPCs. And then I didn't plan it, but I put together some playtest materials for a game called It's for a Podcast. It's meant for horror, but it's mostly just an investigative game where you play journalists investigating a mystery of some kind for their podcast.
Nice.
Cool.
So
That's
yeah,
so cool.
it's just kind of bare bones right now, just the mechanics, because I don't know, I whipped them up while I was at work in a couple hours, so they need to be stress tested a little bit. You can check that out. Other than that, I got nothing else for you. Thank you for watching if you stick around. Hopefully I will get the VODs and stuff on YouTube soon, so you can check it out there. We're going to go raid the art of... Oh, I can't spell. The Art of Ash. So hopefully that works. They're playing some kind of steampunk one-shot, so... And it looks like they just got started, so we'll see you next time. Bye!
bye.